morning. Today is July 14th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is U.S. tariff on Taiwan. U.S. President Trump has so far announced tariff rates for at least 25 countries. Taiwanese people are now concerned. What is Taiwan's tariff rate? According to Trump, it might fall between 15% and 20%. Why? Here are some points. A. The United States imposed a 32% tariff on goods from Taiwan back in April on the so-called Tariff Liberation Day. Taiwanese analysts and companies stated that the rate was too high. Almost 3 months later, President Trump announced a new list of tariffs on July 8th. Taiwan was not on the list, while Japan and South Korea were hit with 25%. B. President Trump then made it clear that any country that did not receive a formal letter would face a tariff of either 15 or 20%. Therefore, Taiwan's tariff might be between 15 to 20%. This is lower than Japan's and South Korea's 25%, which will be beneficial to Taiwan's competitiveness. C. There is evidence suggesting that tariff negotiations between Taiwan and the United States have been proceeding in a positive manner. We can see over here that this is the Vice Premier Zheng Lijun, Taiwan chief negotiators. She returned from Washington, D.C. last Saturday, and she stated that a new round of U.S.-Taiwan substantive talks has already been scheduled. This is Taiwan's representative to the U.S., Yu Dalei. Yu Dalei also said in an interview that Taiwan is the perfect partner for America. D. However, I think the China-U.S. tariff negotiations are relatively complicated. The U.S. imposed a 55% tariff on Chinese goods. This includes a base tariff of 10%, a 25% penalty related to fentanyl, and a pre-existing 20% tariff. This deadline for the U.S.-China tariff agreement is August 12th. However, due to disagreements between the two sides over rare earths, I think the U.S.-China tariff might change. E. I think the U.S. has adopted different approaches to tariff negotiations with Taiwan and China. For Taiwan, the approach is cooperation and building a partnership. However, toward China, it is about exchange and risk management. We know that U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent, Commerce Secretary Lutnick, and U.S.-China Representative Greer are scheduled to visit China in August. Why are the United States and China suddenly engaging so closely? One possibility is that the 55% tariff might be adjusted. Another is that this might be a preparation for Trump's visit to China. Here are the top stories. First, I want to talk about President inspects Kuang exercise. Kuang exercise has reached its 6th day. President Lai arrived at the Zhuoyin Naval Base in Kaohsiung on July 14th, and he inspected the naval defensive mine planting operations. During the live combat drill on July 13th, the man-portable Stinger missile system was publicly unveiled for the first time. The Minister of National Defense, Wellington Gu, was also there to inspect. The man-portable Stinger missile system was also being seen in the Taipei Metro system. The military police unit has utilized the Taipei Metro system to conduct troop transportation exercise. On the other hand, Trump's new tariff rate for Taiwan has yet to be announced. According to New York Times, Trump might make handshake agreements with India, Taiwan, and other governments, but they are likely to be limited paths that leave much to be negotiated. The tariff rates are likely to remain in the double-digit range. Moreover, Nvidia CEO will hold media briefing in Beijing on July 16. On July 14th, Jensen Huang has already arrived in Beijing, and he has taken a photo with Xiaomi CEO Lei Jun. Well, he will hold media briefing in Beijing on July 16. However, a letter from Republican and Democratic senators also asked Jensen Huang to abstain from meeting with representatives of companies that are working with the People's of Republic of China's military or intelligence agency. In an interview with CNN, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang said that America's plan to re-industrialize technology manufacturing is exactly the right thing, making the United States better, but also reducing our dependency dependency on other countries. Our onshoring manufacturing would also take the pressure off Taiwan. In the end, I want to share with you that hot bikini girl at a baseball game, Cooling Water Festival. Well, during the Cooling Water Festival theme event hosted by the CTBC brothers, fans often engage in playful water battles and white dress in summer attire. One female audience wearing the white bikini gained significant attention. Well, actually, her presence quickly went viral on social media. Well, that would be the view for today. And I'm Catherine Chang from Taipei. Today is Monday. I hope you all have a nice Monday. And I'll see you again.